stop playing small. That's the message that I received a little over a year ago when I was waiting for permission to step into my calling, waiting for a sign to start sharing, waiting for a feeling of being ready to be me and to put myself out there. And if you're seeing this, then I have a feeling that this is going to mean something for you, depending on where you're at, depending on what you're going through, depending on what you're ready to step into. This is your sign. And here's the thing. We are meant for so much more than simply working a job that we don't want to work, to pay the bills and pay for things that we don't even really want, to perpetuate a life that is not really inspired, an original idea or vision from the depths of our heart. So much of what we're doing is the product of the conditioning that we have been brought up in our family upbringing, in our societal construct, and through all of the media that we're consuming all the time. We're so often living someone else's life. And this is really what I realized a little over a year ago when I received that message of stop playing small. Because I was riddled with this tendency of comparing myself to others, trying to live up to the expectations and the standards of a society that I was mostly not even inspired by. It was out of sort of guilt and shame that I was sort of different, right? That I had my own thinking, my own ideas, my own vision, my own inspiration, that I was afraid of bringing to the world because of fear of rejection, right? Fear of being seen as foolish or weird or different. But you see, it's these things, these ideas, these perspectives, these inspirations that you have that are needed more than ever. And it is only for that sense of unworthiness, those aspects of yourself that have not been accepted, not been embraced, not been loved, that we hold ourselves back from being who we are, creating from our heart and sharing that freely with the world. And the thing is, there will be backlash, there will be criticism, there will be opinions, there will be people that have a lot to say, but those are not the people that you want to take seriously. When you are in the arena, so to speak, when you are playing the game, when you're on the field of life and you're putting your best foot forward, and there are people on the sidelines that have a lot of feedback for you, of course you can be open to what they have to say, but are you really going to take seriously someone who is not in a position that you admire, that you look up to, that you feel inspired to listen to? And that's just it. That's what I realized a little over a year ago before I started this YouTube channel. I was waiting around for a moment of feeling like I was ready. I was looking for a sign to see that I knew everything that I needed to know, that I'd acquired the skills. I'd improved myself to the point where I was now capable. But I realized in that moment, I'm only waiting for myself. I'm the creator of my reality. And because of that, I'm the only one creating obstacles. I'm the only one getting in my way. And I am meant for so much more than allowing myself to be stopped by my own doubt, my own fear, my own self-judgment, my own limiting beliefs. Because that's the thing. These critics out here are only reflecting the inner critic that has the belief already. You would not be upset or triggered or affected by any of these things that people have to say if you did not, to some extent, already at least entertain the possibility that it was true about you. That you're not good enough, that what you have to say is foolish, that fill in the blank with whatever you're afraid of hearing, afraid of feeling, afraid that might actually be a reality about you. This is the beauty of stepping into this path, this calling, facing your fears, moving into the resistance, the contraction of your field, of your desires. Because you will be met with a reflection of your own limitations. And that's the beautiful thing. Life is always showing you where there's room for expansion, always showing you where you're containing yourself to something much smaller than you actually are. It's constantly going to be inviting you into that next level game, to get out of your comfort zone, to get beyond that familiarity, that sense of safety of playing small, which never brings fulfillment. It never brings true connection. It never realizes and manifests your dreams because it can't. And so this is what I realized. And even before starting this YouTube channel, I had many different things that I had done in business and creative expressions and working with all sorts of different people. And I've realized in this whole time of doing all of these amazing things and traveling the world for the last 5 years straight, creating this YouTube channel, growing it from 0 to 20,000 subscribers in less than a year. In all of this, I have realized that there are 3 main aspects to stepping boldly into all that you are, fulfilling your calling, your soul blueprint, and manifesting all that you desire to create in this life. And it really is boiled down to 3 main things, which are vision, intention, and inspired action. And this is sort of the formula, the bulletproof formula for having everything unfold in the most effortless, streamlined way. It's like the path of least resistance to all that you are, all that you're meant to create, and all that is truly fulfilling. Not only for you, but for everyone that you're meant to touch and reach and make a difference in their lives, in the world. And the first aspect of vision, this is where I have realized that a lot of the time, these limiting beliefs, these conditions of the world, these opinions of others, they're infiltrating this and dampening it and murkying it and muddying it and making it into something so much less than actually you are inspired to see it as. Because our imagination, which is that essence of that inner child, it is that core of our creative spirit. It is that unencumbered, unbridled, authentic creative spark within you, which is what you came into this world with. And that is the seat of your manifestation power. It is the essence of your creatorhood, and it is your true self. Your imagination knows no boundaries. It knows no limits. And it is a power so great that if you were to fully claim it and relinquish and release all of the limitations around it, your life would transform so quickly that your head would explode. And that's the thing, the mind and its conditions and its limitations and its fears and its doubts is the only thing holding it back, reining it in. And that's why this work of moving into your imagination, allowing yourself to be lost in the visions, recognizing those thoughts which are guilty or shameful or fearful or feeling like this is foolish or childish. These are all these infiltrating, interfering thoughts that are not originally yours. They're not true to you. They are of a limited, linear, lack-based society that wants to keep you small, that wants to keep you stuck in fear, that wants to keep you in line. But it is your imagination that is your golden ticket into all that you are and all that you want to create. And when you allow yourself to tap into your imagination, just like when you allow yourself to fall asleep at night, your imagination takes over and leads you effortlessly without the need for the mind to do any work. You see, when you're sleeping at night, you're not visualizing your dreams, not in that mental way. You are imagining them. And that is the difference between visualization and imagination, is that one takes effort. One requires a doer. The other is a current that carries you. And this is where surrender comes in, because when you allow yourself to let go and see what your imagination brings to you, when you allow that inner child to take the wheel, your true self to take over and bring to you all that is for you, that is what it's like when you're dreaming at night. Because you wake up and you realize that was just a dream, but in the dream it felt so real. And it felt real because you were not a part of trying to control it or create it. You were allowing it to unfold. This is the key with this first part of vision. Who you are in essence, this unique individual blueprint of your life, is already complete with a vision. And in that vision are all sorts of relative and specific and all sorts of different unique aspects of what it is that you are inspired to create in this life, embody in this life, be in this life. And that's not something that you have to do. That's just something that you have to relax into and allow yourself to remember. And first of all, if you want to have access to my Aligned Creator Blueprint, which is walking you through this whole experience of diving back into alignment with your true self, unlocking that calling and that vision, and stepping into that inspired action, which allows it to manifest, then just comment creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can access this less than 40-page document and start the process of going through this if you're not already exploring this or already on that path of least resistance for yourself. But this is what this vision is all about, is that it is an already existing energetic blueprint within you, that if you were to just allow yourself to remember, to recall, to realize, then now you can step into part two, which is intention. And it is through the intention of being ready, of with confidence, with conviction, with faith, calling in all that is required for you to step into that calling, for you to claim that vision, for you to manifest that reality. Because this is where the world has conditioned us to believe that we have to improve ourselves, that we have to acquire certain skills, that we have to do a lot of work. And that takes a lot of effort in order to get from where we are to where we want to be, in order to crystallize and manifest that vision. But this is totally backwards, and it is totally a lie, because your vision is already yours. It is already a blueprint. It is already a timeline and a reality that exists within you. And so through your intention, you call in all that is needed for you to let go of, for you to embrace, for you to step into, for you to receive, for you to allow to unfold. And that is where this becomes a co-creation. Because through your intention, through that energetic alignment with that vision, everything that is relevant, everything that is needed, everything that is in alignment with that vision comes to you. And this is where it is a co-creation, because now life serves you. And this whole experience becomes utterly magical and synchronistic and serendipitous, just like it was when you were a child. Through your imagination, you call forth everything that is in alignment with that inspiration. And all you have to do is act on it. And that's the third step. Through your vision and your intention, certain synchronicities, certain opportunities, certain relationships, certain little nudges of intuition are apparent to you. And despite what the world has taught us, all we really need to do is be receptive to that. It's just in time guidance. It's just in the right moment, in the right place, at the right time, opportunity that if you just act on, now you are on the path of least resistance. You are using the law of least effort. You are being swept up by the current of the infinite intelligence of life that is leading you towards that vision being realized already here and now within your heart as a frequency, as a feeling, and everything that happens along the way, relatively speaking, in time and space as the experience of it unfolding, is just a matter of that frequency being allowed to be experienced. Because, again, that reality already exists. You're not doing anything to create it. In truth, you're not actually creating anything. You're just manifesting the experience of that reality being here and now. As an aligned creator, as your true self, the essence of all that you are timeless, you are limitless, you are changeless, and all of that exists here and now as the infinite possibilities of this eternal moment. Everything is already done. Everything already exists. It's already been created. You are simply shifting your consciousness and experiencing different realities, different frequencies, different vibrational timelines. And that is the nature of who you are as the creator of your reality. And so it doesn't require effort. And anytime we try to impose effort, assume that we need effort in order to, thinking that we need to do anything in order to get where we want to be, that it has to be hard work, that it includes anything that we don't actually truly are inspired to do or create, that is when we create those limitations. That's when we limit this experience, this unfolding, to include conditions that are by no means necessary, but are imposed and projected and assumed to be a part of the journey when we believe in them. You see, that's the power that you have as the creator of your reality, to believe into existence all that you're assuming in your thoughts and your feelings and your self-concepts. And what you believe becomes real. That's why that saying, I will believe it when I see it, is totally backwards, because actually the way that it works is you will see it when you believe it. And anything that you are believing is what you will be seeing. So be careful what you are believing. Make conscious what you are believing. Let go of any limitations in what you're believing. Because as the creator of your reality, everything is but a snap of the fingers away from being manifest. If only you had the conviction, the faith, and the knowing that it was so. And this is the beauty of this experience that we all have now possible to us in this shifting of the world, in the elevation of the frequency of humanity's consciousness, is that the ways of the old times, the old archaic approaches to creating and manifesting and building and being and becoming, they're all being streamlined. They're all being distilled into their essential form, which is through your thought, through your frequency, through your inspired action. You create your reality now, not in the future, not having to overcome a past, but here and now, remembering that you are the creator of your reality, that you exist, and as that pure, timeless consciousness, everything is within you. And through your vision and the imagination that taps back into the blueprint of that vision, you can call to you all that is for you through your intention, through your frequency, through the embodiment and the alignment with that feeling now, and through the inspired action, which draws unto you the synchronicities and the opportunities and the intuitive guidance that leads you down the path of least resistance to that right now, is the unfolding of the journey, of the adventure, of the joyous experience that is what you want, actually. Because to just have whatever you want right now is so not fulfilling. But to step into the unknown, holding fast to the frequency of your true self, being willing to face the unconscious and transmute it and alchemize it into a gift, into a higher vibration. That is what your soul truly desires. As the master and the creator of your reality, you came here to transmute, to up-level, to change the game, and to create a whole new world with the rest of the aligned creators that are here with you now. And that is my calling, that is my intention, that is my vision for this life, is to not only free myself from the limitations and the conditions of my own mind, to fulfill my calling, and to create a whole new world, but to connect with all of you and to remind all of you, just as you, I'm sure, are inspired to remind your brothers and sisters of this infinite creation, that we are all here to do the same. And this is the beautiful thing. This is the universal, unified field, this mission that we are all here to co-create together. The great awakening of humanity and the remembering of just how easy and fun and effortless it can be to have all that we want, be all that we're meant to be, and to create a heaven on earth. And this is a part of my whole offering, my whole creation right now of the Aligned Creator series. That's why I have the Aligned Creator Blueprint, which I mentioned earlier, which if you want to have access to, just comment creator down below and I'll send you a link, or you can find a link to download your copy in the caption below. But it's also why I'm just about to release my Aligned Creator course, which is a multi-module course of taking the Aligned Creator Blueprint and putting it into dozens of videos and powerful prompts using AI to uncover and rediscover and reignite that spark of your vision, of your calling, to step onto that path of least resistance, to act on your inspiration, to cultivate this sort of energetic blueprint of your higher self, so that you can also step into your potential for this life, to realize the sole purpose that you came here to fulfill and to have fun along the way. Because this lifetime, of all the lifetimes that you've had, is the lifetime. And if you're still with me, I have a sense that you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have experienced so much, even in this lifetime, but before, so much. And this is the culmination of your soul's journey here on earth. And this is in the perfect timing as earth transforms into the golden age, into this paradise, into this heaven on earth. And you are one of the vibrational leaders in this shift. And it's not for no reason that you're still watching this message and that you're following me and listening to my messages and doing your own work in your own way. And all the more reason to take this calling seriously, lightheartedly, with fun, with playfulness, but seriously as your life purpose. And that is my intention and my honor and my duty, to help serve you in that and to help co-create alongside you that. And so if you want to have access to any of my Aligned Creator content and courses and blueprints, then just comment creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can learn more about all of it. And I'm grateful for you, and I'm honored to be on this planet with you, in this experience with you, and I'm excited for what the future holds.